From steaming dumplings to sizzling pancakes, Chinese street food is a feast that excites every sense. But behind these flavors lies a rich tapestry of history, culture, and ingenuity that stretches back thousands of years. Long before modern restaurants and fast food chains, the streets of ancient China were alive with vendors offering quick, affordable, and delicious meals to the bustling crowds of merchants, travelers, and city residents. The origins of Chinese street food are deeply tied to the development of cities and marketplaces, which became the heartbeat of social and economic life. These early vendors were not just feeding people, they were shaping a culinary tradition that would influence generations. One of the earliest and most enduring street foods is the baozi, a soft, steamed bun typically filled with meat or vegetables. Baozi was initially designed as a portable meal for travelers and soldiers, offering a convenient way to carry protein and sustenance on the go. Over time, it evolved into a beloved staple enjoyed in homes and markets alike. Another iconic snack is the jianbing, a thin, savory pancake made from wheat or mung bean flour, often layered with eggs, scallions, cilantro, and sauces. It was originally sold as a quick breakfast item for early risers rushing to work or school, a tradition that continues to this day. These dishes exemplify the core principles of Chinese street food: portability, flavor, affordability, and convenience. As street food culture grew, regional variations began to flourish. In northern China, where wheat was abundant, people favored dumplings, pancakes, and noodles, while southern regions, with their rich rice fields, leaned toward rice-based snacks, sweet pastries, and confections. Vendors adapted their recipes to local ingredients and tastes, giving rise to an incredible diversity of dishes. For example, the northern city of Tianjin became famous for its gugu, a fried dough twist, while Guangdong in the south developed dim sum style snacks designed for sharing. The interplay between geography, agriculture, and taste created a culinary map that reflects the diversity of Chinese culture. Street food was not just about sustenance, it also played an essential role in social and cultural life. During festivals such as the Lunar New Year or the Mid-Autumn Festival, special treats appeared on the streets. Tanghulu, candied fruit skewers, became a favorite among children, while glutinous rice balls and sesame cakes marked seasonal celebrations. Street vendors were often small-scale artisans, perfecting recipes passed down through generations. Their foods were inexpensive yet flavorful, making them accessible to almost everyone, regardless of social status. The communal aspect of eating on the street also fostered interaction, gossip, and shared experiences, turning food into a social glue that connected people and neighborhoods. The evolution of Chinese street food accelerated with urbanization and modernization in the 20th century. As cities expanded and populations grew, markets became larger, more organized, and more specialized. New cooking techniques, including deep frying and stir-frying over high flames, allowed vendors to create more complex and visually appealing dishes. With the introduction of modern kitchen equipment and mobile carts, vendors could reach even more customers, bringing flavors to city streets faster and more efficiently. Despite these changes, the core principles remained: affordability, convenience, and delicious taste. Today, Chinese street food has not only endured but thrived, both within China and internationally. Dishes like baozi, jianbing, chuan, meat skewers, and tanghulu have transcended their local origins to become global favorites. In major cities around the world, you can find night markets, food stalls, and pop-ups dedicated entirely to authentic Chinese street snacks. Modern street vendors blend traditional recipes with contemporary twists, experimenting with new ingredients, fusion flavors, and presentation styles, ensuring that this ancient culinary tradition continues to evolve. What makes Chinese street food particularly remarkable is how it encapsulates history, culture, and community in every bite. Each dumpling, pancake, or skewer tells a story of adaptation and survival, innovation and tradition. The ingenuity of street vendors, who created meals that were portable, affordable, and deeply flavorful, highlights the practical and creative spirit of Chinese cuisine. These foods were shaped by geography, climate, trade, and society, and yet they remain timeless, bridging the past with the present. Eating a freshly made baozi or tasting the perfect balance of flavors in a jianbing is, in many ways, a connection to centuries of culinary history. Street food also offers a lens through which we can understand broader social changes. It reflects economic shifts, urban growth, migration patterns, and the blending of cultures. For example, as different regions of China interacted through trade and travel, recipes were shared, adapted, and reinvented, leading to new flavors and textures. Street food was a form of democratized dining, accessible to both the wealthy and the working class, and it became a space where tradition and innovation met. Even today, the resilience of street food culture demonstrates its deep roots in Chinese society, adapting to modern tastes while honoring its origins. Beyond taste and history, Chinese street food embodies a philosophy of resourcefulness. Ingredients were often simple and local, but vendors transformed them into dishes of remarkable depth and complexity. Techniques like steaming, frying, roasting, and braising were honed to maximize flavor and texture. The emphasis was always on balance, sweet and salty, soft and crispy, hot and cold, which is a defining feature of Chinese culinary art. This philosophy continues to influence contemporary chefs and home cooks, both in China and abroad. In conclusion, Chinese street food is far more than a collection of tasty snacks, it is a living narrative of culture, history, and human creativity. From the earliest markets of ancient cities to the bustling streets of modern metropolises, these foods have survived, evolved, and thrived, connecting people across time and space. Each bite offers not just flavor but a story, a glimpse into the lives of those who created, enjoyed, and preserved these culinary treasures. So, the next time you savor a fluffy baozi, a sizzling jianbing, or a sweet tanghulu skewer, remember that you are tasting centuries of Chinese history on the go, a tradition of innovation, community, and above all, a love for good food that transcends generations.